Oh, where am I?
You're here with me, remember? You've been here the past few months. You haven't been ignoring your reviews, being a lazy rat bastard sleeping on the couch, touching yourself to the thought of success you'll never obtain. But you're gonna talk about a movie today. You're gonna talk about my movie. Because if you don't, I'm gonna cut you. And then I'm gonna cut you again. And again and again. No!
Bugonia follows the story of a hard-working, lovable scamp named Teddy, who wants nothing more than to be able to take care of his mama and his slow cousin Dawn. But what is a hard-working young man to do when his evil, corporate, clearly reptilian alien boss is trying to take over the world? Well, folks, let's discuss. And this movie is very interesting because basically you watch the trailer, and much like the characters within the movie, this trailer is very deceiving. It's very scaly and cold with horizontal slitted eyes. Because you watch the trailer and it makes it look like a fun, almost a rom-com, where it's just two goofy guys. The Three Stooges tripping on banana peel. Oh, we gonna catch Emma Stone? Who knows? Whoa, she's run. Whoa, she just punched one of us. That's really funny. And they make it seem like that's the whole movie, is some Tom and Jerry cat and mouse chase, when the movie is actually much more of a slow burn. This is more about, because they capture her in the very beginning, and then it almost becomes a game of chess, of if she can outsmart the two brothers into letting her escape, which is extra difficult because as the movie goes on, you realize that Teddy is kind of a fucking psychopath that he has one goal in mind, and he will not let anything get in his way of proving that she's an alien. He shocks her, he electroshocks her, and the entire neighborhood is running out of electricity with how hard that he's shocking Emma Stone. This dude will not stop in his endeavor. I'll just give a spoiler warning. I'm going to be talking about, you can't really talk about this movie without talking about what it is. Because another thing that I was kind of deceived into believing was that this would be a mystery film. Is Emma Stone an alien? Is she not? And although they clearly are trying to portray this message from the beginning of the movie, the moment you see Emma Stone, it's like, oh, she's an alien. And then everything that happens after that, it's just like, yeah, she's clearly an alien. She just got shocked with about 400,000 volts of electricity and survived. Barely even flinched. And it's crazy. Even the moment she wakes up, her head is shaved. She's tied to a bed. She has sunscreen all over her entire body. And her first question is just like, this isn't the hospital. Where am I? And it's like, she's clearly an alien. So then it makes you wonder, well, what is it even the point that it's supposed to be a question on whether she's an alien? Because the whole movie, they're trying to almost make you feel bad for Teddy, even though it turns out he's right. Because she is an alien very clearly from the beginning. So then it becomes, I guess the message is, she might be the alien, but he's the real monster. Because turns out Emma Stone is not the first CEO that he has captured and tortured to death. He has many of them because he just believes that anybody is a reptilian that is rich enough, I suppose. Because the movie honestly really is about Teddy. Because he's the one who gets he's the only one who gets developed as a character and expanded upon in his past. Because Teddy, his mom is in the hospital because she's dying, and he blames Emma Stone for whatever reason. And they do this kind of cool metaphor shots where it'll be black and white, and they show Teddy's mom where she's dead and she's floating towards heaven, but he's kind of holding her tethered to the ground by the IV in her arm. It's like a metaphor of them trying to move on, but human intervention is keeping them in this purgatorial kind of state that sends them into madness. That part was cool. They didn't really do much with it. And then they get into this whole, Stavros Halkias. I like his podcast. He's a funny guy. He's awesome. Terrible actor. Horrible fucking actor. Every time he was on screen, I was completely taken out of the movie. 100% taken out of the movie. The most stiff, unnatural, terrible acting I've ever seen. And it's hard when you're around such other great actors. Emma Stone is a tried and true proven great actress. Teddy is a tried and true proven actor. Even Dan did fucking great compared to Stavros. And then you add on top of it because Stavros is part of Teddy's backstory, where you think he just bullied him. Turns out Stavros molested him. Teddy had the worst life ever in this movie. And the whole movie is Teddy just going more and more into depravity and just showing how crazy, while Emma Stone's learning how to manipulate him throughout it. She convinces him to murder his own mom. She convinces his cousin to shoot himself in the head. She's clearly doing more than what she's letting on. Just for the end of the movie, for it to be as if it's some big fucking surprise. Whoa! She really was an alien the entire time. And folks, when I tell you, even from the trailer, you see a movie like this, and there's like an infinite amount of future possibilities when it comes to a movie. You know, it could go anywhere. It's just an endless rivers of time flowing in different directions that could end at any time and space. This movie, there was only two ways that the fucking movie could have gone. Either she's an alien, which was very obvious because there was no way you could have had a movie where she wasn't an alien. Otherwise, it would have just been a stupid fucking like smut film or something. So the obvious choice is for her to be an alien. It's like flipping a 20-sided coin and only one side is tails. Like, that was the chances of her not being an alien, because it just doesn't make sense in a story writing sense. So for them to try to act like it's some actual twist where it's like, oh yeah, go and rewatch the movie so you can see all there was never any doubt. There was never any question. It was clearly the point, and now you're insulting me to my fucking face by pretending that, whoa, surprise, she's a sweater alien, where she wears sweaters and beanies, and turns out Teddy was right about everything. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no fucking shit. That's what I've been saying for 2 hours. The beginning of the movie, you see Teddy, and it's like, yeah, he's right. Which is why I give this movie an official, check it out on streaming. It's too long, it's too boring, and it's too underwhelming for what it promised to deliver. It still somehow manages to be boring. It still managed to make me walk out of it and just never want to think about it again. There's a reason I'm being held at knife point right now. Out of 10. Thanks for watching, everybody.